The biggest thing that I want you to take away from this is that people will value something more if they invest more in it. 5 years ago, one conversation absolutely changed my life, and I want to share that with you today in the hope that it will help you double your revenue and create more impact in the world with your business. You see, I had a coach that was supporting me to get things moving. I was probably early days in my business, maybe about 10, 15K a month. And I was trying to figure out not only how I could create more time, but how I could, create more revenue. The key was understanding that if I'm undercharging, I'm overworking. And this is very true. I had a VA. I was barely able to pay them and myself a wage. And I was constantly working one-on-one. I was working very low ticket. I think I had a 12-week program that was about $3,000. And I was literally treading water. The mindset shift that really worked for me was that price is just a number, but price also equals promise and proof. So one morning I jumped on with my coach and he was in Spain. So it was quite early in the morning and I was so excited because a campaign that I put out had worked incredibly well. And I had about 6 booked calls that day to talk to people that potentially wanted to enroll in the program that I had to offer. The only problem is my coach turned around to me and said, look, just for fun, why don't we double your price and see what happens? And I absolutely bricked it. I'd worked so hard to get this marketing campaign to work and get these book calls. I didn't want to screw it up by overcharging on what I had to offer. Something really interesting happened when I doubled the price. I didn't change a single thing about the program. I simply changed the value by increasing the price. Have a think about it. If you see a $10 bottle of wine versus a $100 bottle of wine sitting on a bench, which one do you think is going to be more enjoyable? The $100 bottle of wine, purely because it's more expensive. You could probably buy a better quality bag at a local, cheaper tailor, but we have so many people that go for the Gucci and the Prada and all that sort of thing because of the brand that it carries, because of the prestigious value that it has based on price. So how do these brands build this sort of appearance in the world that gets people wanting to spend more? The key comes down to value-based pricing. What we need to remember is that people are paying for outcomes, not necessarily for hours. They're not paying for the amount of time they get to spend with you, the amount of videos that they get to watch. They're paying for the result. One of the really fantastic ways that we've been able to do this in our programs is to essentially create tiers. So yeah, of course, if you want to get started and you don't have a lot of money, you can buy, our fast track program or some of our mini courses, which provide a great amount of value for the price that's there. But if you want tailored support and set strategies that are going to help you scale to 7 figures and beyond, then we have other tiers and other programs that can support you to get there faster because we're able to provide better support. We have a web designer on team. We have a specialist in advertising on team. When people jump into our Formula and Elite programs, they don't just get me, but they literally have a crew around them. Instead of having to pay a marketing manager, an operations manager, an IT manager, 80 to 120,000 plus a year, you can jump into a level up community and have all of those people there for you, working with you to support you to grow your business. So how does this work when it comes to your pricing strategy? Where are you undervaluing yourself, where a simple price increase could support you to provide better results for your clients, less stress on yourself, and obviously help you create that bigger impact? The biggest thing that I want you to take away from this is that people will value something more if they invest more in it. The other thing that you need to know is that you can provide obviously a better service to your clients if you're able to invest more money in the product or service that you're offering them to help them grow. What you need to realize is really you're just raising your standards and your results will rise with them.